Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. You're listening to the Joy and Troy Show right here on Facebook Live every Thursday night at 7 p.m. You can also hear us on timeforanawakening.com, blacktalkradio.com, ourradionetwork.com/timeforanawakening, and Acres of Diamonds Media.
That's right. And you can always call in and join with us in this conversation. It's 215-490-9832 if you'd like to check us out and join in the show. This is where you will always find real talk, real relationships, real family, and real life. What's going on, Troy?
What's going on, Joy? And how are you doing this nice cold night? We back here in the studio doing what we like to do, talking about relationships and everything that's about it, you know. What did I want to talk about? Before we say, I know I want to say, just letting everybody know that we just uploaded all our previous shows or past shows onto YouTube.
Yes,
so
we did.
If you didn't get a chance to check out us on Facebook Live when we're airing live, you can go to YouTube and type in the Joy and Troy Show there, and you will find us. And it was a cool thing. Joy was able to get us the Joy and Troy Show name, so that was kind of cool.
That was nice. That felt like it was right.
Yeah.
And Troy found out how to do it. Like, we doing it all ourselves.
Making it happen.
Yeah,
you know?
And that's exciting. So if you want to find us on YouTube, let's say you couldn't tune in at 7, now you don't have to worry about it.
That's right.
You want to get a later episode, maybe our first episode is all on YouTube. All you have to do is go to the Joy and Troy Show, and you can subscribe to our channel, because now we have this channel, and hit the notification button if you want to know when we upload new videos. Right. And join the family.
Yeah. All right. So, Joy, what are we talking about tonight? What are we entertaining the folks out there?
Well, Troy came up with the idea, and we had a couple ideas we were tossing around, but Troy came up with in-laws, like dealing with in-laws. If you have an in-law, good relationships with in-laws and bad. And I loved it. I was like, let's go with it. Yes.
It's very touchy.
It's touchy
topic. And
I'm exaggerating.
She's exaggerating big time.
I was not excited about it. But
she was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
But
you don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Exactly. We don't want to hurt the wife's feelings.
But not at all.
You know, it is what it is. You know, those who are in relationships, they have in-laws. You know, they're married, or they're together, about to get married, or however you want to look at it. They have those parents that are in their kids' lives. You know, how do you deal with it? Are you dealing with them? Are they interacting with you? Are we happy? Are we sad? You know, some of the things we were talking about. Do we call them mom, dad, and all that craziness?
Yeah,
you know,
that's the first question we're going to get into.
So Joy's going to pose a couple of questions, and and we'll vibe back and forth. Yeah. But we are going to want your feedback, and you can give us a call here. Again, the number at the studio is 215-490-9832. 215-490-9832. You can come and give us your thought, or you can call us and give us your thoughts, or you can go ahead and hit us up on Facebook and just send us a message what you think about it and whatnot. So go ahead, Joy. Tell us some of the things that we talk about when it comes to in-laws.
Okay. Well, one thing I wanted to do just before we start, I wanted to say, give a shout out to our junior producer. Kendall.
Back in the scene.
Hey, Kendall.
The main guy is sick right now. Jay, go ahead and go home, get some tea or some.
Cough it up.
Do something. Lay down, man. Just lay down.
Lay down, Jay.
Just lay down. But get better, Jay. All right. Yeah. And we'll see you on Monday.
That's right.
And whatnot.
And Kendall looked like she's ready to go. She's telling us what to do.
She's cueing us in.
But okay, so we're going to go on a break. But before we do, I just wanted to send some of the questions that we'll be doing your way, so you can think about it and call in with some answers. But the main thing is, what do you call your in-laws? And if you're not married yet, but you're thinking about getting married, or this is like an inevitable thing, I would say think about it. Think about it.
Did you think about it?
No.
So
no, I did not.
Because I know I didn't think about it.
Right.
I think when we got together. And I didn't even think about it then.
Right.
But when we finally got married, I know it did come across my mind.
Yeah.
Do I call your mom or dad?
Right.
I was like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
I'm gonna keep it, clean, Mr. and Mrs.
Right.
And they last name.
Because you started with that.
Right.
I don't know who it was on your side of the family was calling your mom. And
okay.
yeah, and my mom,
you
I
just
know,
went with it? You're
she's
I
like,
wanna do
I'm
that.
your mom. You got one mom. So she didn't know who I was talking about. And I'm like, oh, man. And I did switch up to calling them what the kids do.
Right.
And I don't know where that came from, so I'm just a switcher. I switch back and forth, But I call my mother mommy. So that's that.
That's solid.
Yeah, it's solid.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
What about
and then it is a flip side to it too. Like the in-laws call you daughter and son or son-in-law. I like daughter-in-law. That's
like
who I
daughter-in-law?
am. It's a fact, and I'm proud of it because we came together through the law, but then we became family, and but that doesn't offend me.
Guys, I don't get into all that.
I know you don't.
You figure out what you want to call them. Some will be talking about Sam and Monica, talking about their first names.
Troy always keeps it real simple.
Whatever you
want
to do.
Yeah, my mother's like, that's what it is. It is what it is. Yeah,
exactly.
So
what's the next one?
All right. So, well, I thought it was after the break, but Troy's like really revving and ready. Okay. But going into the questions is the obvious. Is there tension between the couple and the in-laws? So, of course, if you have two sets of in-laws, you can have in-laws that are really like stay to themselves, mind their own business. We'll get into that.
What's the next?
I'm just giving a couple.
Right.
Do your in-laws live with you?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Hold up, Joy, real quick.
Yeah.
Would we have our parents live with us?
We think they're going to live with us anyway.
I think it's going to happen.
We talk about it all the time.
We do. Well, I guess at this age of the game, you got to think ahead. But we'll get back to that.
We'll get back to that because there's a difference. Do you live with your in-laws because you don't have things together at the moment and you need them?
Exactly.
They're kind of caring for you. Or the other, when they start to their health is going down a little bit. Maybe they're a little slower than they used to be, and it would be a benefit to them.
Advantageous, exactly. Go ahead.
Who's getting the benefit? Is it the couple or the in-laws? So that's one.
What's the
another question? Do you ask for help from in the same vein of, do you live with them for help? Do you ask them for money?
Advice?
Advice.
Support.
What's the other one? Support.
That's the same thing with the whole living with your in-laws.
Exactly.
Are they supporting you in that way? But that's a good one. I like the money thing.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Let's see. What do you? I think you did this because of me. What do you give your in-laws on special occasions? Like, all right, so it's Christmas. Does Troy give his mom a car?
Okay.
And then we allot for money to give my mom, a fur coat. And then does somebody feel uncomfortable? Right. So, or do you do the same thing? Is that even an issue? Yeah. So gifts.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah. And then I'll give you another one. Do you have, now this is for you guys to call in, a funny story about your in-laws, either how you first got together, if you had any funny happenings, or uncomfortable moments that you might have had,
All right,
tension-filled moments. So we got more stuff though. We
So
got more stuff. But so think about that.
That's what we're going to start with.
That's what you want them to do? Think about it.
When we come back off the break, we do have a call. We're going to go to the call right after we come back off a break and get their thoughts. And then we're going to touch on some of these good good questions or issues. All right? When we get back, you're listening to the Joy and Troy Show right here on Facebook Live.
The Insurance Masters Total Risk Management, your trusted source for the very best insurance. Auto, home, business, life and health. Whatever your needs, we have relationships with dozens of insurance companies in order to find you the right price with the right protection. Our licensed agents and customer service staff are experienced and caring, the kind of people you can depend on. Based in West Philadelphia, the Insurance Masters Total Risk Management is a full-service insurance agency dedicated exclusively to providing insurance solutions for our valued clients in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. As your locally owned and operated insurance agency established in 1993, you can take comfort in knowing our experienced staff of professionals is only a phone call away in true times of need. Save more on auto and home insurance when you partner with the Insurance Masters, located in West Philadelphia at 5930 Haverford Avenue.
215-476-7000. 215-476-7000.
Okay, what in the world? Troy.
That's how
That's how
touch
I
and go this
I
conversation
was like,
is.
what is this music?
Yes.
But then I realized
You realize what we're talking about here. So
it can be a little sticky.
It can be very sticky for some. So y'all know what the topic is.
Yes.
Is in-laws and dealing with in-laws. And like I said, when we come back off this break, we're going to go right to our caller. We do have one caller already standing by.
Caller, I know you're listening, so just, choose your words carefully. I don't know who you are, but choose your words carefully.
Go ahead, caller. Caller, you on the line?
Good evening.
Caller.
Hello.
They must
Take your time.
There you go. Hey, caller.
Hello, who's calling?
Oh, I'm so shocked.
Hi.
I'm in shock. Hello, how are you, Joy and Troy?
Hi, who is this? I know this voice. I think I do.
This would be Desiree.
Hi,
Yes.
Desiree. How are you?
How are you? It's so nice to get through and be on the air with you. I
That's what's
listen
up.
to you all the time. You guys are awesome.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much.
So, Des, tell us about your thoughts about this topic. We're talking about in-laws. We threw out a couple of questions.
It's a very interesting and touchy topic.
Yes.
It's very interesting and
So,
touchy. But I will say this.
What's that?
In-laws can be wonderful.
Yes.
They can be absolutely awesome.
Yes.
But they can also be a source of an argument in a relationship too, because
That's true.
if your husband looks at things one way,
Right.
and then he thinks about how he was raised and how he was brought up,
That's a good
then
point.
you look at it another way and you talk about how you were raised and how you were brought up,
Right.
and then it goes through, well, my mom is, and you don't want to have that argument.
Right. Like it's
No,
the
you don't.
truth. Whatever your parents said is the truth for you.
Exactly,
For
and
life.
that's what you want to kind of go with.
For life.
But you do kind of look at it and you say, hey, look, that's my mom too, just like she's your mom.
Right.
You don't want to make the bridge.
You
You
don't
might
make-
not call them mom, but you want to look at them as
As
your
a mom,
and
that's right.
respect them in the same way that you would respect yours.
That's
And I
right.
think it keeps the peace that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It might not look at it the same way, but it keeps the peace.
You definitely want that respect. It sounds like you're saying too. Like just Troy always says, agree to disagree, but you have to have respect. It's not going to go anywhere if you don't.
All right, Des, give
Yeah.
us a good story. Give us a good in-law story.
Woo!
Or a bad story. I mean, whatever you want to go with.
Good can
Don't
mean
make a
it
difference to
wasn't
me.
good for everybody. It can mean it wasn't good for everybody.
So when you look at the holidays,
All right.
let's
Oh,
take the holidays.
yes.
In the holiday
Juicy.
season,
Juicy.
you want to do the best that you can
Uh-huh.
for your in-law.
Right.
And you want the same on both sides. You
Right.
kind of want to make sure that you're giving almost the same all the way across. Because
Right.
you don't want your parents to look at what the in-laws got and
Exactly.
they're like, well, you gave them that year and you gave them this that year. So you kind of want to keep the bases on the same level.
Okay.
Right.
That's a learning experience for me.
Did you hear earlier when we were saying you give one a car and another one a fake fur coat? That's not the same.
Yeah.
You can't
No,
do that.
And if I had that kind of money, that would be awesome. But truth be told, when you're trying to be sweet to your in-laws and
Yeah.
you're trying to be sweet to your own parents, your parents get a little jealous.
Mm,
And
yeah,
I
they
think
do.
so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I know I've experienced that with my mother.
Okay.
She's a wonderful lady,
Yes.
but she does jealous of the in-laws.
Yeah.
And I kind of have to try to keep the
peace.
keep it on an even.
Yeah.
Well,
No, you were saying keeping it on an even,
Even kill.
like an even keel.
Yeah.
when it even kill, because I love them all the same.
That's
and
right.
I've been with my husband for over 30 years now.
Congratulations.
So
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
kind of
something.
feel like his mom's like my mom.
Right.
Yeah.
But I can't overstep that boundary, and I have to say, Mom, you are still my mom.
That's right.
But his mom's like my mom, and I
That's
kind of
right.
do call her mom. I've been doing that for years.
Right.
It get to be confusing though, Joy, as you were
Oh,
saying
my
before. It
goodness.
does, because when they're at the holidays, for instance, I'll say mom, and both moms say yes.
It's very frustrating, and I understand because now I have an in-law, like I have a daughter-in-law, and I get it now. And it's not
Right.
anything against the other person, but
Right.
it's just I don't know what to do. I feel so torn sometimes, and everybody's feelings is getting hurt left and right. You're trying to buy the right gift. It's crazy sometimes.
Des, thank you very much.
Yes, it's very hard to navigate through that. It's very hard to navigate through that. But I appreciate the subject. This is a really good subject for a lot of people.
Thank
Well,
you.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you calling all the time, Or this is your first
This
time?
is her first call.
This is your first
Her
time?
first time.
Okay.
She
This is
listens.
my first time getting through.
Oh, awesome.
Des, before you go, though, can you give us like a good piece of advice for people who are about to enter this thing? Like somebody who's about, just one little thing you would tell somebody.
Well, one thing that I would tell someone who is about to get married is to have some good conversations with your in-laws before you get married.
That sounds
and
good.
And kind of feel for what they like and let what you like way ahead of time. And that way you kind of keep the peace and you have an understanding, even with the children that you're going to marry into, because your sister-in-law or brother-in-law, they may have a different feel for how you want to call their mom too.
Yeah.
So you want to think about that.
That is good, and we are going to use it. We're going to write it down and put it in the vault. Okay? Des, thanks so much for calling. We love you and appreciate everything. Thank you.
Alrighty, bye-bye.
Bye. That was a lot of information. I'm putting that in the vault.
Are you going to lock the vault?
Yes, communication.
Okay.
Communication is key.
All right. That was a lot of information. It was good information.
And she touched
on a lot of stuff.
She touched on real tender moments and spots and sore spots.
Yeah. You said sore spots.
Sore spots and tender spots. Yes.
Okay.
That's good. That's what we want.
So we were talking about these questions. Now we're into the questions. She kind of talked about a couple. She talked about, what she called her mom and how sometimes it's a conflict when you call in both parents.
Two people mom and I birthed you. Well, you should feel like I'm your mom. And I want you all to know that we love you guys no matter what we call you.
Right. Exactly. Or
we
or
love
not.
you. Or don't call you.
Or not.
I just don't want to be in hot water.
Is that right?
Anybody.
Okay. So what about the other question? You had brought up, what if there's tension between in-laws?
Right, and Des kind of touched on that.
How do you deal with it?
I know. How do you deal?
Oh, me? Tension?
Yeah.
I ignore it.
Okay, so Troy ignores.
I'm
going to share.
It's not really ignoring. It's it's you pick and choose your battles. If there's tension.
Okay. So do you feel like you pick and choose your battles when it comes to
I don't think
parents?
I have too many battles.
Okay.
When it comes to
I have all the battles.
Maybe it's a woman thing.
I don't think it has anything to do
women have
with
more tension
my
than
body
men.
parts. I just care about how people feel. So I don't think that's a man. I think some men care about how people feel.
I care about
some women.
How your mom
and I'm
and
gonna
my
show how
mom
he did
cares.
care. I'm gonna show how you did care.
What did I do?
Not too long ago, my parents came over.
Yes.
And our son wasn't really listening. He we got to talk to him sometimes.
Which one?
Our youngest son.
Okay, go ahead.
And Troy, I like when anybody comes to the house, everything's calm. I don't like when everybody knows what we're grappling or fussing about. I don't like.
Look, that's real. But anyway.
But I don't like that. And I didn't like that when I was a kid. I didn't like if anybody knew my dad was upset about something. I just never liked it. Mm-hmm. So we save it, put it on the back burner for when everybody leaves, and then we deal with what we deal with.
Okay.
That's just me.
That's
so my mom and dad, I noticed they just try to ignore it, whatever. But I don't like it. Mm-hmm. So, and you walked in, you said, hi, what's up? Okay. And you went, boy, get over there. And I'm like, okay. Mm-hmm. My mom and dad was kind of waiting for you to get here. Go in there and say hi, talk to them. Oh, no, I care about your mom and dad. And you go in there and talk.
I do.
Yeah. And
then what we do.
Yeah, and on the other side,
the flip side,
is your mom and your stepdad has a lot of meetings and family things.
Right.
And
you participate.
And you don't. And so
you're not available.
Yeah, and I'm always available.
That's a good thing.
And if I'm not, then the whole thing crashes.
That's right. She represents the family, folks.
But he needs to, because sometimes I want to take a day off. And then I'm being really real about that.
Yeah. We're working on it.
Yeah. So those are the things, our tensions.
Tension.
What are yours? You can always call in at 215-490-9832 right here at the show. I hope we still have a family when we're done with this episode.
But how do you I guess, how do you deal with the stress or the tension?
I yell at you.
You yell at you do.
And this is the truth, guys. We're not making stuff up. This is the truth. I yell at him. Kendall,
All right, she can contest that.
Kendall. But you know what? At the end of the day, I get it. Like sometimes Troy's like, he's a one situation at a time man.
Let's not
I don't
make it
think,
difficult.
like just deal with one thing at a time. One thing at a time. So and so I can deal with multiple things. So I will take.
She multitasks.
Yeah.
Give us another question.
Another question. So we already went into do you ask for help, but we didn't really dive in.
Oh, you want to jump to that one?
Yeah.
All right.
So I would say that most of the time it's new couples that do this.
What, to ask family ask their mother-in-law or the in-laws for help?
I would say the majority of the help that's asked for by the couple to the in-laws
So,
is when they're
is it a good thing for you to ask my mom for help?
Is it good?
Yeah.
If she helps me, yes.
No, is it a good?
Should I?
Should you?
I think what we have done is, yes, we've asked both sets of parents, your parents and my own, for help, and it was early on.
Do you ask your parents and do I ask my parents, or do you ask my parents and do I ask your parents for help?
Yeah, I think it's times you've. Like if it's a car situation or, the...
Okay, like that. When you reach out, your car break down. Yo, I got a flat. Can you come over and help? Yeah, I'll be right over. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
you don't really ask any. I kind of do all the asking too. You ask your mom. I think you
Mom, I need...
How you feel about asking my dad for a couple dollars?
I'm not.
You're not going to do it.
I'm not going to.
Because you want... Is it because you want my dad to know you're a man?
No, I think, don't get me wrong. I'm not proud whereas though I can't ask,
right?
But I do use all my resources before I go out to like your parents and say, hey, I need a couple of dollars because I'm trying to fix the car, or something like that. Yeah, I would try to use all my resources first.
Yeah.
Those are closer to me before I would step out and ask your parents.
My parents, right.
So I don't know how other people feel about it. Mm-hmm. And we do have a caller, so we'll talk to the caller and see what the caller feels about it.
Good evening. Hello, caller.
Hello. I made it through one more time. That's awesome. I just wanted to say one thing.
Yes. Is this Desiree again? Oh,
yes,
hi, Desiree.
I just want to say this is a hot topic. And
okay.
My husband, as far as being helpful to my mother, is extremely helpful to my mother.
Oh,
right.
But
it actually causes some serious issues because I think my mother takes advantage of my husband.
Oh.
I really do. I think she takes advantage of him to the point where he tries to be overly sweet.
Right.
And I think there's a limit. I don't think you should take advantage of asking for help. Like, you guys are talking about asking for help and should you ask them for help and all that. Yes, but you can't ring somebody's phone off the hook and just constantly, and it's like you expect it. But then I feel like I'm in the middle because if I'm at, it's like if that's my mom, yes. But at the same time, if she's asking too much, it's like, what is he going to do? Is he going to just say no? He ain't going to lay her out.
No, because he has respect for you. That's right.
Yes, and then I had to say, Mom, please. But then she doesn't listen to me because she's my mom, and she feels like she wants to do what she wants to do. And then she'll keep calling, and then he's looking at me. And I'm like, oh, my God.
Right.
What in the what? So you're in the middle.
Yeah.
You're in the middle.
And that feels uncomfortable.
Yeah,
well,
and what do you do in that situation?
What do you do? You would have to have that conversation with your mom, or vice versa if it was the other way around, and try to explain what might be going on or how you perceive it.
Right.
And then hopefully, they'll understand and, you come to a middle ground and then you can go from there, because they're not going nowhere.
Right.
So,
exactly.
So if that's the case, you want to try to ease whatever tension it possibly can be, I guess, between you, between all three of y'all.
That's right.
What you see and what you know to be true of what's going on. So that's my thought there. But I'm glad you shared that. I'm glad you shared that. Thanks.
And
guys.
it's very honest. I think that the tensions that we feel in these relationships, if you're not honest about it, I think the tensions will just keep going and going and going. Yeah. Everybody's not the same. Everybody doesn't feel the same way. And some people get their feelings hurt. And it's just because really all the feelings being hurt is because of love. Your parents love you. and your spouse's parents love your spouse. So it's just like you just want to make sure you still have that love, that connection, and that's all we want. And I know I want to please my mother and father-in-law. I know that I do, and that's why. And I do things that may.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I think I do things that I mean, like, this is drudgery, but I'm like, no, but I want them to know that I support them. I want them to know that I love them. I don't want them to feel like there's favorites between Troy and I, and I do the same with my mother, but it's very stressful. It is very stressful to have. It's a lot of pressure. Yeah, because it's having your love questioned all the time. And I'm like, I love you. I love my new parents. I love all of you. Oh, well, do you do that for your mom? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I know you probably see your mother-in-law a lot more. So, So those are the things we go through. But we're about to go on one more break, and then we're going to come back with our amazing advice for people.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Des. Thanks for calling back.
Keep on listening.
That was cool, Des. I appreciate that.
She would share something but you know what? This is helping people. I know that it's helping people. Mm-hmm. But we're going to come right back, and I want you all to, whoever is listening, to call in. We want you to. I don't like saying I. It's a we. It's a we situation. 215-490-9832. We're talking about in-laws.
The Insurance Masters Total Risk Management, your trusted source for the very best insurance. Auto, home, business, life and health. Whatever your needs, we have relationships with dozens of insurance companies in order to find you the right price with the right protection. Our licensed agents and customer service staff are experienced and caring, the kind of people you can depend on. Based in West Philadelphia, the Insurance Masters Total Risk Management is a full-service insurance agency dedicated exclusively to providing insurance solutions for our valued clients in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. As your locally owned and operated insurance agency established in 1993, you can take comfort in knowing our experienced staff of professionals is only a phone call away in true times of need. Save more on auto and home insurance when you partner with the Insurance Masters, located in West Philadelphia at 5930 Haverford Avenue.
215-476-7000. 215-476-7000.
And we are back, and you're listening to the Joy and Troy Show right here every Thursday night at 7 p.m. We go from 7 to 8 talking about relationships. We talk about what we know a little bit about. We've been doing this for quite a long time, and we like to try to share some of the ideas or thoughts or concepts that you folks out there might have regarding relationships. We try to touch on those sticky stuff. Like right now, we're talking about in-laws and how we deal with them, our interactions. We had a caller, Des, called in twice. She gave her story about how she deals with her in-law or her mom and her husband, and it was quite interesting, and I'm sure there's other people that have the same issues, and they don't know how to deal with it, or they want to know if somebody else is going through the same thing, and they, get some tidbits or whatnot.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. I think it's cool.
It is good.
I wanted to hopefully before the end of the show, I get to tell one of my crazy stories.
Oh, good.
It's crazy.
Okay. I'm glad. I want to hear it.
Oh, I'm sure you.
I'm nervous.
No, don't be nervous. It's not that bad. It's
okay. Well, everybody has. It's honesty, and if you still love the people in your family, not just in-laws, but cousins of extended family, everybody is a part of that village.
Exactly.
If it was perfect, I would think something was wrong.
And since you touched on that, one of the questions you posed was, does your in-laws live with you?
Yeah.
Or what we were talking about earlier, are we looking down the line to have your in-laws, or you never know who's going to live with you because they're getting older, they're losing their grip, their mental.
That's what he always says.
And a whole bunch. But have you thought about it? Do you know anybody that deals with that? I'm sure there's a lot of people out there. Their mom or their pop is living in the basement or in some room up to in the corner or something like that.
The basement. Wow.
We don't, thank God, right now we don't have any in-laws living with us, and that's a cool thing.
We thank God that they're not.
I thank God right now.
You gotta watch
just
how
right
you
now.
say things.
But we already anticipate it happening. We just don't know.
Well, we know it's going to happen, and we do talk about it,
Exactly.
and we do plan for it for both sets of parents.
Exactly. So it's one of those things we anticipate. Just don't know when.
Yeah. I know my dad one time said, "Joy, you know what?
What's that?
Oh, our old house. He liked the room on the second floor with the windows in the back, in the very back, when we lived in Germantown. And he was like, "Joy, this is the room I want." I was like,
I remember that. That was scary.
We're ready. We're ready.
You were.
We're ready. You're not. And are you ready for your mom?
I'm ready for everybody. I'm ready for everybody.
I know you said you weren't ready. You said you weren't. So you're ready for your parents and not mine.
No.
Be honest.
I'm ready for everybody.
Are you saying that?
It's a mature thing. That's what it is.
I don't get it. Because you said you're ready for everybody.
Maybe because we're on the air. I'm just saying we're ready.
Are you ready for my dad?
No, I'm ready for
to live in our back room?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. We have a.
Kendall's laughing because she knows all these
We have
people.
a caller, Joy. We're gonna go to this call.
It's probably Dez.
No.
Oh, okay.
Hello, caller.
Hey.
Hello.
Yes.
This is Brian Harlan Brooks calling in.
Finally.
Did he say Brian?
Brian Harlan Brooks.
Yeah, he spelled out the whole name.
Brian, how are you? What's going on?
Family?
We love you. What's going on?
Well, I was just calling to say, I have a unique situation because, I'm married to a man. My husband and I,
you are our first gay person.
No, he's not.
Well,
he's not?
Nope.
See, Brian, you should have called
You're late,
before.
all right?
You're late.
I can't be the first in everything.
Exactly.
I know that's right. Go ahead.
Go ahead with your story, man.
Well, it's interesting. We have an interesting situation because, my mom has passed and my husband's mom is alive, and she didn't come to our wedding. And she didn't even tell us she wasn't going to come. We invited the whole family. I spoke to her beforehand, and she's kind of what you would call a late in life Christian.
Okay.
And she's come to her Christian
I
like how you put that.
Late in life. Right.
Late in life, but she had decided at the last minute that she wasn't going to come. And it was painful for my husband more, and I kind of followed his lead with the whole thing. We've come kind of full circle. We've been married 2 years now, coming up on 2 years now. We've been together.
Congratulations.
That's what's up.
Thank you. But we're coming up on the 2-year anniversary, and she's come to Thanksgiving dinner, and she's come around. And what I do is I follow his lead for
Oh, definitely.
You have to.
Oh, I agree.
I follow his lead. If he's forgiving and loving and ready to accept, he's had a conversation with her, and I just follow his lead. I don't feel the need to
add extra.
Force and force a relationship.
That's right.
That's deeper than it is. Sometimes we have titles, mother, father, father-in-law, and we automatically have expectations around.
What do you call?
What's your name?
What's your name for her? Do you call her by?
Besides newfound Christian,
I just call her by her name. I call her Mama Justina, or I just call her by her name. I don't call her mom.
Do you use her first name or last name?
Her first name.
Okay.
Wow. Bold choice.
Because, I'm an old man. I'm 46 years old, so I don't think. And I got married when I was 44, so I don't think it's. I think in that type of age group, and although I'm very warm and she's very warm to me, I don't try to force the relationship. I love her. I speak to her. We speak. She comes to the house for Thanksgiving. Like I said, she buys us Christmas presents, and I can tell she felt bad about not coming to the wedding.
Right.
Yeah.
A friend of ours at our Thanksgiving dinner said, "Oh, I thought I met you at the wedding." She said I wasn't there.
Oh my goodness!
2019,
she could have lied.
No. Yeah, my friend was like, "Oh, you're not. Oh, you're joking. You had to be there."
Right.
And she was like, "No." And then she realized it was a joke, but she felt embarrassed. But I didn't feel the need to fix that. So basically, what I'm saying is,
pick and choose
I don't
your
have
battles.
to fix the relationship. I let it come as it comes.
There you go. I appreciate that, and that sounds about right. How I do it, I don't try to be all over the place. to, like you put it, to fix a relationship that you're having.
It is what it is.
How's it working? Is it working good between y'all two?
It's working well with us. We've decided that we are each other's family.
Okay.
And we are going to take care of the things that we need to take care of with one another. And then as time goes, if his mother needs to live with us, that's open.
Okay.
If we need to take care of her, that's open. We, you know, like I said, I follow his lead.
There you go.
I trust and love him, and I respect the way he takes care of his mother, so I follow that lead.
There you go.
Unless something steps completely over the line, unless she's totally disrespectful, which she's never been at all, I don't try to manage it in a way. I'm here to support him, and I know I don't have my mother, so I think that part of my kind of openness is knowing that you only get one, no matter what the relationship is. I want him to have a healthy one.
Right.
So I kind of encourage him to express himself to his mother and accept her for who she is.
There you go.
And then I follow his lead.
All right.
It sounds like too, Brian, that you're looking at his needs. And then it works better that way. And that's part, we're going to get into how to fix difficult relationships a little bit in a minute or so. But that's number one. Like, look at what your spouse needs. And if you guys have that united front, then it's going to kind of work, because it's what you guys say in your relationship. You're going to want to do what's best for your spouse. Yep. So that's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you, Brian, for the first time you called in.
Glad to call in. I'll talk to y'all again soon.
All right,
man. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Yeah, that was definitely a good. I think I work on his lines right there, whereas though I'm not trying to overly impress the in-laws. I work with it. Whatever you got, whatever you lay down, I'm gonna run with it. I'm not gonna try to do over and try to make it something that I'm not.
It's exhausting.
It can be.
And I think, quite honestly, I overexert. I try to please. I bend over backwards. And
sometimes that's good, and people appreciate it. Yeah, in-laws.
You know what though? But the thing about it is when you keep going above and beyond and above and beyond, even though I don't know how it's perceived, but I know what is in my life and what I'm capable of. And if I feel like I'm going above and beyond, I have to do it again.
Yeah.
And again. Right. And see, you don't stress. I do.
I try not to.
I do. I mean, you will do what I need, but you will do that. Some of the things that Brian brought up. But I think with the always doing something that is making me stressed out, that is not necessary. Right. It's not necessary.
All right. So switching gears, switching questions, because I think Brian, he gave us a couple of good points.
Yeah.
And some of the questions he touched on already, as well as Desiree. Yeah. You had brought up this point earlier as far as what do you give an in-law for the holidays?
Yeah.
Like Christmas, a birthday, something special. You know, what do you give an in-law? Some people flowers, cards, socks.
Right. I like the holidays. I love when Christmas comes around, and everybody has different holidays to celebrate, but we celebrate Christmas. And for the last possibly 5 Christmases, I don't know if my mom and my parents and your parents know, but we've been giving the same gift.
Same item. So do you feel as though you gotta give the same item?
Oh, I damn well better.
The exact same item?
Yeah,
okay,
they may not feel that way, but I do, because I would hate for anybody. I just care about their feelings so much.
Okay.
So this year we gave them pressure cookers, and it was good.
A success.
They both are cooking from them. They both like them.
Right.
And it's like time to time, your mom will call me like, "Oh, guess what I'm making?"
Out the pressure
or my
cooker.
mom will call me and say, "Guess what I'm making?" So yeah, and I like that. They may not, but
I think they like it.
No, they like the gift, but I don't want,
You don't want to feel like you're slighting anybody.
We decided that.
Right.
Troy and I decided that at the same time, and it works for us. I think it works for them. Just so we know that there are no favorites.
There's no favorites. Or sometimes, I don't know. Do
you have favorites?
No, I'm just joking. I'm just throwing it out there. You never know.
You're killing me.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Oh, okay, good.
Do you have a cool story about your in-laws yet? Or no?
Cool story.
Cool story.
I don't know. We had some pictures. I don't know if we have pictures. Kendall, do we
you
have
a cool story? I didn't say a cool picture. I said
cool. You know what?
Cool
yes,
story.
I do have a
Give me a cool
story.
Because I'll tell you my story.
I don't.
You tell me your story.
I think you should tell yours second because you have one. And it seems like it's very juicy. I just have a cool comment.
I said story. Where did comment come from?
I'm doing me.
Go ahead.
So Troy has a story. I have a comment. I liked our Christmas. I think it was 2 Christmases ago. When we invited like the whole family.
Okay.
And our parents sat at the table in the dining room, and we made it the VIP table.
Right.
And my mom and dad, they had little gifts for your mom and dad.
Oh,
and they were very small gifts.
Right.
Like they were more thoughtful than pricey.
Right.
And it seemed like your mom and your dad really liked it. Like it was the sweetest moment. And they were like, we didn't get you. And they were like, it doesn't matter. And it seemed like your mom really received it. And my mom was like, so like it was just a special, precious
Did you take a picture
moment?
of that?
Yes, I did. But we don't have it. We could probably give it another
put
time.
It up there.
Yeah, but it was a precious moment, and they were, and your I hate saying stepdad, but you know your stepdad.
My dad.
Your dad. He was giving my dad. He was telling jokes, and my dad kept like he was crying, laughing, and they both had those corny dad jokes.
The corny dad
yes.
jokes.
And my mom and your mom were talking about I don't know what so intensely.
They were enjoying each other's company. So the in-laws
sweet.
Were loving each other.
Very, 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 very. They were just so sweet that day.
At the VIP table.
At the VIP table.
That's cool.
For Christmas.
I like that. Was a good story.
They were so cute. Yes.
So my story is not
cute.
Like the VIP
Don't
story.
talk about my dad.
It was an interesting.
Did it turn out good?
Oh, it's going to turn out good. Yeah.
Oh.
So I remember when we had to, early in our relationship we had to drop we had to pick up the kids.
Right.
Joey and David from Joyce.
Our oldest kids.
Our oldest kids.
Yes.
From Joyce Pop House. And Joy's like, Troy, can you just go over there, get David and the kid, David and Joey, and be on our way because we doing our rounds and whatnot.
Right.
I said no problem. So I'm speeding over there and I'm looking at my clock.
Did he know you yet?
Yes, he knew me.
Oh, okay.
I'm speeding. Maybe I don't know. It was new, so maybe he didn't know me.
He didn't know you, and so this is a crazy story.
Let me finish my story. I'll let you go through your
all right,
VIP.
if you say a crazy story about my parents, I'm gonna tell a crazy story about your parents.
I get over there, I knock. I say, "Hey, Mr. Woods," and we talk, and he's like, "Hey, Troy," and blah blah blah, and we go through the regular.
Oh, I know what story.
So you know what story this is, and I said, "Yo, we got to go. Come on, because I'm on the time clock." And Joey comes down. He's already on it. He's in the car. I'm like, "Okay."
Oh God.
And here's David. She's coming down. I'm like, "David, come on, we got to go."
Oh, dear.
And your dad is at the door. Like, look, David, you don't rush for nobody.
Oh,
you're a young lady. You're a princess, a queen. I was like, yeah. I'm with the queen stuff, but you take your time.
You don't have to listen to this.
No, he didn't say that.
Okay.
He didn't say that. I'm not going to be ignorant.
Okay.
He said you take your time so you can gather your belongings and gather yourself. Now, mind you, I'm sitting in the car looking at my clock like, I know he's not giving her some lecture about taking her time on my time, and I'm steaming like, is he for real? But you gotta hold your composure.
You better, yeah.
You smile.
Oh God!
Even though you probably cussing them out like with every word mentionable because we doing our route. So I'm like, all right. And David's she's going with it. She's taking her time.
Oh gosh.
So she got in the car. I was like, you good? You took your time? You good? All right, we out. All right, Mr. Woods, beep beep. And I'm out.
And you did. That's respectful.
I said it was a crazy story. I didn't say I got ignorant.
You ain't gotta listen.
You ain't gotta get ignorant. But it was wild, and I said, oh my God.
It.
I said, is this what I got to look in store for me for the rest of my life?
I got one for you.
You got another
one for you. Yep.
It better be better than this one.
I don't know.
Just go ahead.
So when we first met, we were having a baby, and then the baby was born. That was Marisol.
Okay.
And your mom was like, she was like, so you're gonna breastfeed this baby, and you're gonna breastfeed your child? And I was like, oh yeah. I my mom breastfed everybody,
right.
And your mom, I felt it. She wasn't feeling that. She was like, "Well, we do it old school."
What's old school?
Carnation milk with the
with sugar. I mean,
with the syrup.
Yeah.
And I was bad. You did a good job. I did not.
Old school.
She was like, "We do it old school." I was like, "But breast milk is first and fourth. Like breast milk is way beyond the carnation milk."
Right.
And she was like, "Well, ain't nobody do no breast milk, and all my children is fine. So are you trying to say I don't know how to raise my children?" I was like, "Nope." And I said, "And I have heard that carnation
the
milk.
Right carnation milk will work every time."
Did you say K-Rose syrup? Of course.
Right.
You know what? I didn't know.
Right.
And I just brought it back in. I reeled it in. But yeah, it's those are those
awkward
touchy, awkward moments that we have. And I wouldn't say that we have those moments now. So that's a good thing.
No, that's a good thing. You get to know your in-laws, however you call them, by first name, Mr. or Mrs. or mom, whatever.
Yeah.
But you get to know them after some years, some time in, basically.
Yes.
And you've already established a rapport with your in-laws. Mm-hmm. They know you. They know where you're going. They know if they can, run you around their fingers or whatever the case. However you use that term.
Well, the one of the things that is stated. So we have 10.
So what do you got for me?
So 10 things to do when you have a difficult in-law, and one is work with your spouse. That I would say that's the best piece of advice out of all.
What do you mean by working with your spouse?
So that means that if you're in a situation where your spouse ever has to choose between you and their parent, let your spouse should choose you.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
what if you have
to go back home to that person.
But what if you have a couple who chooses their parent because their loyalty, they are married, or they're in a deep relationship, but their loyalty is with my parent, hands down.
Well, the thing is,
my mom birthed me. My dad, he birthed me.
Took care of you.
And I go against them.
Do I think that we don't? Now, in our relationship, I think we kind of stand, like they say, stand your ground, have your rules that you have as a couple.
Right.
But it's times that I go outside of that. It's times Troy goes outside of that. I don't think there's for us too many arguments about that because we usually kind of agree. But that's what brings up the mama's baby or daddy's little girl.
Yeah.
And I don't know that we have those issues. But so when it's a mama's boy, Now,
what are you going to do when our kids, or do you act that way with Joey?
No. And I'm pretty sure my daughter-in-law is listening. With our son, he's whipped.
Married.
He's whipped. Yeah, he does everything his wife says.
Okay.
He's gonna be like, "Mom, really? You call me whipped?"
Hey.
But I don't think. And whip could be a good thing. Like, I'm not trying to say it in a bad way.
They have a united front.
They have a united front.
Right.
And it's hard. So now I know what my mom and my dad can kind of feel because I'm like, Joe, just come over. Oh, no, I can't because of this. And if I really miss him, I know he's not coming. If his wife is not coming.
Right.
Or he might.
Changes
but
the game,
but they do their thing.
They're married.
And I don't fight it because I'm like, they're a couple.
Yep,
and
they're
I
a couple
have to
in a
respect it
relationship.
whether I do or not. I have.
What's the next
Set
thing?
boundaries and limits.
Set boundaries and limits. Okay.
Right. So that's another thing. With your family values are your family values. Right. And, that's how you achieve peace in your home. But you also have a good template for your kids. So your kids will see, wow, that's what mommy and daddy did. That's kind of what I want in my relationship.
So you talking about when we got everybody over, meeting your parents and whatnot, and the kids acting up, I start wilding out and screaming and hollering, No, I
don't know what you mean.
You know how I'm like disciplining them?
Yeah.
And you're like, Troy, my mom and dad here, don't discipline them right now.
Well,
wait until
this
later.
Is what I think, because I don't know if your mother would agree with me, but when your mom comes over, sometimes I notice she'll be like, Troy, are you just going to keep yelling? You're just going to keep... I think you just do that when people come over. I don't think it's a my mom and my dad thing. If your friends are over, I think you'll just, what I say? And I was like...
I do it with everybody.
It seemed like it's no, but it feels more intense.
No, I do it with everybody.
Okay.
I think I do it with everybody.
Okay. Well,
because I think with me, when it comes to the kids and with our in-laws, I know it sounds like it's weird because they're there. Wouldn't you just, curve back some of your stuff. But I think, your kids need to know, it doesn't matter who's here. My law is law.
Yeah.
And if I ask you to do something, just because your in-law, your grandma, your granddad, or me, mom, or peep-up, or whatever name you have for your grandparents,
right?
They can run rampant and do whatever. You have to set your boundaries and let them know what the boundaries are. Don't step over it.
Right.
And you're good to go.
Yeah, I don't think the kids
they
try
do.
to.
They take it there.
But our kids are really good. We don't have crazy
love them.
kids.
Yeah, but they
we
take
don't.
It there. What's next?
All right. Well, communicate directly whenever possible. We should communicate.
Do we do that?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. If something bothers you, well, I don't like. I'm sure there are things that I will talk about with Troy tonight. We communicate on everything.
Yes, we do.
And it's annoying.
It is
because he's an annoying person. But
I'm not going to say anything about that.
But yeah, so communication is always key, and I think some folks that know us as a couple, they think that's like our strong suit, which I don't.
What, the communication part?
Yeah, because our communication is very frustrating. But people do think that that's a good part of our relationship. So I respect that. Okay. Know yourself is one.
Know yourself.
Yeah. So if you,
what does that mean? Know yourself.
I'm gonna tell you. So when you do things like clean the house real quick before the in-laws come over, if you cook a big meal before the in-laws come over, know they coming over and you're cooking it anyway. Yeah, or if you fake like you have a job and you really don't when the in-laws come over. I'm trying to think of things that meant kind of masculine, feminine things.
What part is that?
Right. Acting like you got a job when the dad comes over.
Is that the masculine?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm being very stereotypical.
Go ahead.
And that's not really fair. But just do what you normally do. Don't do anything extra. Don't act like you do so much with your kid, like telling your kids what to do so much. And really, you be upstairs on your phone
or on your game.
But when somebody comes over, you're yelling and screaming every 5 minutes. And you really don't do that. Like, don't do extra to show somebody something.
I agree with that.
It's not necessary, And let's see. So
you got this one. Sometimes
learn to cool off.
Learn to cool off.
Number 7.
With regards to in-laws?
Well, it says when you tend to, when you go head first in everything, you get upset about everything. And,
with in-laws?
Yeah, with your in-laws. Relax. It's not that deep. Maybe
I guess that goes across the board then.
Yeah, how you see that? How do you see that?
What, getting upset? I mean, shit. You're gonna get upset. You're gonna get upset. I'm sorry.
My goodness.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's okay. But we don't have a beeper.
It can happen. I remember a couple things that I was like, "Oh damn."
What? What us?
No. It was just that's after the show. We'll talk about that. But no, I guess I don't think I get upset with your parents. Again, I try to keep that even keel. That level ground, follow your lead. I don't try to go any extra, so we don't do that. So.
And one thing you do is you tell me stuff you may not, like Troy may not call my parents, but he was like, you call your parents? Did you do this? Did you do I'll do that, yeah. I do call my parents when I want to talk to them, and I do things with them when I can. Yeah. And I don't feel like I need Troy to do that. However, I think it shows his love for them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like, yo, did you get something for your parents? Did you do this for your parents?
You should get out there and get something for your parents.
Yeah, you should go out there and get something for my parents.
And she tells me that all the time.
That's how I feel. I feel like you should call them. I feel like you should check in on them and say what's up.
I feel it's so awkward because I've never done that. I think I've done it maybe once or twice.
How they're doing?
I do care. Yes.
And it's like he wants to know how they're doing.
I do.
Through me.
Through you. I'm just being real.
Yeah, but he gets like,
I'm
you
concerned.
Didn't call your parents.
Yeah, I haven't heard you talk about
them. Why don't you call them? I just want to see what's going to happen. He'd be like, I'm just saying, you don't call. Then we get in an argument. I'm like, you obviously want to know how they're doing.
Of course.
Call them.
Yeah. Well,
and then my mom be like, leave Troy alone. What?
Yes, she knows my heart. She knows where I'm at. There you go.
And my dad likes getting you cute little gifts for hunting, which I think is cute.
Oh, yeah.
He always, Troy, look what I found. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so learn to cool off if things are not going so well. Right. And be mature is number 8.
Be mature.
So don't get in silly arguments with
Why
your
would
in-laws.
you? That makes no sense.
Yeah, because people have really bad relationships with their in-laws.
You know what? When in doubt, leave.
Walk away.
Say, I'm gonna go ahead outside, or I'm
be
gonna roll out.
mature. Don't sit there and argue
that sounds
with your
crazy.
spouse's parent.
Yeah.
Whether you agree or not.
So I think. One
Go
more.
ahead, I'm
Give
sorry.
me one more.
No. I'm giving you two. Be kind.
All right.
Sometimes you have to. It says grit your teeth and say something nice. Literally, they're not. If they're
Smile.
not living with you, just deal with it.
Right. What's
and
the last one?
Keep your sense of humor.
Keep your sense of humor. I like
Yeah.
that. So now
I make your mother laugh, and I make my mother laugh. But I make your mother laugh. She loves me.
I guess I gotta make Joy's parents laugh.
You don't have to.
All right.
They don't care about that.
What was the restaurant of the week, Joy?
Oh, so our hot spot of the
yeah.
week was
We just got a
Pretty
little-
Girls. You ready?
Go ahead. I'm ready.
You got more to say?
No.
Okay. Pretty Girls Cook.
Where was that at?
It's about 1036 North Marshall Street.
So that's like Northern Liberties.
Northern Liberties
6th and
area.
Gerard, 5th and Gerard area. 6th and
Okay.
Gerard, 7th and Gerard area.
Yes, 6th, 7th.
Yeah. And it was a pretty cool spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's not a cul-de-sac, it's just a street, an
Yeah.
oddball street, but it has a whole bunch of restaurants or a whole bunch of stores on it.
Mm-hmm.
Restaurant was in the middle of the block. We were able to find parking.
Yes.
Which was cool, even though it was down the block a little bit.
Yeah.
But we were able to find parking.
It's a really long block.
It was.
It was a long block. So some of the things that we ate, I don't know if we can do these pictures, Kendall, but it was this crab and cheddar cheese dip.
That was good. That was awesome.
They had pretzel breadsticks. And,
Yes.
And if you're looking at the picture, the pretzel breadsticks were extremely soft.
Yeah.
Like very.
It was pretty good.
Very well done.
What else they
Very
had?
well done. They had a short rib.
Okay.
That was delicious.
It was like shredded. I think, shredded.
It was like pulled
pulled
pork.
pork.
But
Yeah,
was
it was
beef.
very
beef.
good.
And Troy does not like barbecue sauce, but they had a homemade barbecue sauce that was delicious. What else did we have?
We had 2 things, I think. 3 things there.
Yeah, the fries. Oh my goodness,
yes.
the lobster fries.
They were good.
The lobster fries
Yeah,
were
they were
good.
good.
We were like putting parts of certain sauces on everything.
Now the only thing I thought I would have wished was there was they had alcohol or at least wine. It is a BYOB,
Yeah.
so you can bring wine, no alcohol. So you
Yeah.
can bring wine. So I wish I'd have known that because I definitely brought me some red wine or something
Yeah.
to go with the food. It was very lit. It was a lit place.
When you say lit, do you mean it was like bumping or popping or do
No,
you,
there was a lot of people
you mean it was
there.
a lot of light?
It was a lot of light. That's what I
It
meant by
wasn't-
lit.
right.
But it was a lot of people there,
Yeah.
and it was a lot of light.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like to me it was more for women. You
Yeah,
know,
definitely.
For a women's hangout,
Yeah.
not for
Like a
couple-
girls' night out.
A girls' night out. You
Yeah.
know, Joy was telling me there was a couple people there that might be questionable and whatnot if they're chilling
does that
there.
mean?
I will talk off stage.
I don't even know what that means. But no, I never said anybody was questionable. I said that
say?
I believe that the group looked like mostly girls. It
Yes,
was mostly
you did. Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
hangout for women, and it looked like that's what kind of place it was because all over the walls it was a lot of women, mostly African American women. It was really nice.
It was I thought it was very nice, and I love to get some food there. There were a couple of people doing takeout because they do takeout.
Yes.
So the food is
Yeah,
good.
it seemed like most of the guys were taken out.
Yeah, they was just sitting. There was a couple people sitting there and eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was definitely good food, and we definitely recommend it. Scale of 1 to 5. What do you? 5 being the greatest, like awesome.
Well,
Off the
I
chain.
don't think I've ever been to a number of 5-star.
All right, so give me a number.
So I would say very close on the food, the taste, because we did have sweet potatoes.
Come on,
Troy's
Joy.
like, hurry up, stop talking so slowly. But the sweet potatoes, whatever it was
What's that?
like I don't know, like a smoothie or pudding. It was really good. So I don't know, Troy. I want to say 4.
We'll say 4.
I like the idea
Oh
of it
my
all.
God.
All right, what would you say? I can't.
I'll give it a 3. You know what? I gave it a 3.5.
3.5.
That's what I did because
I think a 3.5.
Because I like the food. I thought the restaurant was decent.
Yeah.
Especially for a nice spot. Now I don't know how long they've been out there.
Right.
But I thought the restaurant was kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was something different to do. You know, it's a smaller restaurant. I don't think they have a chain where they have a couple more here and there.
Right.
So I thought it was kind of cool.
Now Kendall's speeding you up.
I know, ain't she?
And it's hard to talk about it because it's all right. So yeah, we're at the end of the show. But Troy, if you could say anything about my parents, what would it
I
be?
love them.
Yeah.
I think your parents are cool, Mr. Woods, Mrs. Woods. They're very cool. I can't say anything else.
Yeah, I feel the same way about your parents. I love them dearly, and we're really blessed.
I think so.
Yeah.
We're definitely blessed.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad we have this union.
Yeah.
And we have the type of people that are around us. You know,
Yeah.
it helps us grow as a family, as a couple, as a village, or whatever. You know.
Yeah.
That all
And they're very cordial to each other too, which is nice. I love that. All right, so that's the end of our show.
No, it's
My
not.
Goodness.
What is no?
It's not?
You know, what is the topic for next week?
The topic for next week is sex toys.
Okay, all right.
Kendall will not be producing that show.
Will not.
Troy said he's going to put me on the spot, and I said I'm going to put him on the spot. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
See you next week.
We will see you next week. And remember, you can check us out on YouTube, guys and gals.
Yes.
Check out all our shows. We'll have this uploaded sometime this week.
The Joy and Troy Show.
See you later.